And for more on Alphabet and how this could or could not change the tech industry, I'm joined by Elisa Cool. She's a tech journalist and VP of Brand Development at Contently. Elisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Michelle.
Elisa, we just heard from Mark New going through the structure of how Google surprised us this week by creating Alphabet, that new parent company. Under the Google umbrella will be the best-known businesses such as the search engine, apps, Android, YouTube. The newer businesses like the research and more experimental divisions, Nest, Calico, will be under Alphabet. Google founder Larry Page saying this would create a simpler structure. What is really behind this move, Elisa?
Well, I think that Google is finally, if I dare, growing up a little bit. No one knows if this is a direction to create some sort of conglomerate, or maybe it's going to be a more divisible company, which would enable a lot of folks to really step on up to the plate, be promoted, and be rewarded by Google.
So you're saying this is a strategy really to retain talent?
I think it's part to retain talent, absolutely. Google has been a very complex hive up until this point, but with one central leadership. And with this move, they'll be able to have lots of businesses with lots of different CEOs, which means they should be able to both retain talent and give young talent a clear path to promotion.
All right, well, what does this mean for shareholders? The shares will continue to trade on the NASDAQ under the same ticker, GOOGL and Goog. So what's the difference for a shareholder here?
I think, again, it's too soon to tell. It will depend how Google decides to fund each of those properties. And since we're not privy to that strategy at this time, it's too soon to tell what that will mean for investors.
I do know that they will have separate reports in their SEC filings, so I guess investors will also be able to have a clearer understanding of what each section does. Now, some analysts have said that part of this reshuffle may also provide the company a bit of cushioning or protection from regulatory issues, particularly in the European Union. What are your thoughts on that, Elisa?
Well, I think that's possible. I think that Google has a lot of very, very intelligent business people, and they're only acting in their company's best interest. Transparency, in my opinion, though I'm not a financial expert, is only beneficial to the investor as well.
So if I don't hold Google shares, I'm a customer. Why do I care about this? Will this new structure allow for some more mind-blowing innovation? There are reports that Google's already come up with some great stuff or very out there stuff. One of the execs that helped create Chrome wants to start a project looking at GMO mosquitoes as a way to fight malaria. Are these some of the things we can expect from Alphabet?
I hope that we see a lot more innovation through Alphabet. And again, it will be good for the investors to have some transparency into all these innovations as they grow.
Well, what do you hear about expectations from XLab or from Calico's life extending research?
Well, I do have some friends at Google, and I've heard nothing but good news. I think the more that Google frees itself up to focus on its core business, the better it will be for investors, while it's better for innovation to have these side companies where people can actually focus on the strategy at hand and not be derailed from their initial objectives.
All right, by the way, this is not Google's first name change. Back in '96, it was actually called BackRub. And then the founders decided to go with Google, which is just as well, because I can't really imagine saying, hey, let's BackRub that information. All right, thanks so much. Elisa Cool, tech journalist and VP of Brand Development at Contently.